Before this video starts, I would like to pay tribute to those cops killed at Baton Rouge, Louisiana. People who are trying to defend their community, and now people who will not be able to go home to their families as they usually did. Rest in peace to all three of the officers. Best way to waste my time, read fact-free information, and just be an absolute cuck. Oh, I know! What's the Young Turks? Yep, the Young Turks have released another idiotic video. The title of the video is hashtag GOP so white. Paul Ryan's selfie goes viral. Now, ever since Bernie Sanders dropped out of the race, all they've been doing is making videos about race, and essentially race baiting all along. They had videos accusing Sarah Palin of saying that black people are not people.
And I'm calling out the media saying, quit claiming that these rioters are peaceful.
Let's note there that she said these protesters, they're not people.
These rioters are peaceful.
She just literally said they're not people.
These rioters are peaceful.
That's the extent to which they can race bait. But this one is so dumb, it's so mind-boggling that you should kill yourself to all the cucks on the Young Turks. They're reporting on a stupid hashtag, more stupid than the hashtag Oscars is so white. Fuck my life. What's sad about this panel was that they were missing the ultimate cuck, Jimmy Dore. But they made up for it in many ways with Johnny Cuck, Ben No One Knows Me Mankiewicz, Chunk Yogurt, and Anna I'll Talk Before I Do My Research Kasparian. Let's just get on with this video and make sure that I don't get herpes.
Paul Ryan posted something on Instagram that went insanely viral today, and it featured a huge group of congressional aides right behind him as he took a selfie.
Seems normal, right? But look at how far their race baiting goes.
Now, the reason why he went viral, in my opinion, is pretty obvious, but
That's racist.
let's put the picture up. And actually, we don't have the picture for you guys, but we'll put it up later. So the picture basically has, I don't know, it looks like 100 congressional aides, and almost every single one of them is white. There's
And what's the problem with that?
some speculation that there's a black gentleman all the way at the back, but we don't know if he's actually black or if there's some sort of shadow or something. It's that unclear.
What's unclear is how far you guys are willing to race bait.
So
Plus, he's in the back.
I'm Johnny Cook and I made a segregation joke. So funny, am I not Jimmy Dore?
No, having looked at the picture for a long time, because we're going to do this story, I'm like, is this a real story?
It 100% absolutely is not.
And, like, first of all, it's jarring because that's not America.
Yes, it is. They're Americans. That's all you need for it to be America. Fat cunt.
When I walk around, and maybe everybody's got a different perception, and of course depends on where you live, but I live in LA, so
Yeah.
there's blacks, Latinos, Asians, everywhere. So just seeing one race in a picture like that,
Just hold on.
just seeing one race in a picture like that,
So, Chunk Yogurt actually admitted that he's seeing the races of these people in that picture. What does that sound like? I'm thinking of the word. It's coming to me. What may that be? Seeing people's races in a picture. Racism?
and I was like, wow, did they try to make it all white? And I'm sure they didn't, but which is worse, because all the interns they're hiring on the Republican side, apparently almost all of them are entirely white.
The word worse implies that there's something bad going on. And what's bad about hiring white employees? Especially maybe the white employees were the most qualified. You do know, Yogurt, that merit should get you a job, not what the color of your skin is, fat cunt.
Right.
Which means no outreach, no effort to bring in diversity, etc.
Which means that the most qualified people that they found were white. End of the story, faggots.
And as I looked at that picture, I was like, maybe one of the women in the corner might be a Latino, maybe one of the girls in the front might be Asian. I'm stretching.
Judging people on the content of their character, not the color of their skin. Who may have heard that from? Sounds awfully different to proposing what you're proposing, which is affirmative action.
I'm stretching
it's
here.
crazy.
No, Anna, you idiot. What's crazy is the extent to which he's searching for the people's races on a picture. That's what's crazy. This whole clip was a young cucks actively trying to find minorities in a picture. In a fucking picture. That's how obsessed they are with race. The whole point of the civil rights movement was so that we don't look at people based on the color of their skin. But these people, they don't believe in the foundation of the civil rights movement. They believe that we should judge people on the color of their skin. That's why they're judging people on the color of their skin, which happens to be white in a picture. You're a racist if you hire white people, which is their implication, and you must hire minorities. Because affirmative action works so fucking well.
So I'm going to read you a few of the different responses on Twitter. There was a trending hashtag called GOP So White.
In what way is that fucking noteworthy?
You know, playing off of Oscars So White. But there's this more serious point to make about this. You know, Cenk, you talked about the outreach a little bit, and I think the outreach to minority communities is really important. But this kind of shows that there's no need in their minds to reach out to these communities or to understand them.
What the fuck are you talking about? What do you even mean? Yeah, they don't reach out to the blacks. No, they're reaching out to individuals who they believe their policies will benefit. That's the way you do it. Fucking idiots.
And so we talk about Congress, for instance, and how there's a lack of diversity there, not just with, the black community or Hispanics, but also with women, right?
That's because there are less women and minorities running for office, you fucking degenerate cunts.
And then you think, all right, well, we're progressing, we're moving forward in society, and you're going to have more and more young people from different diverse backgrounds wanting to be interns, wanting to, get elected into office, wanting to be part of politics.
Okay, what's your point?
You look at this picture and it shows you that at least with one party, there isn't going to be much change. The newer generations are just as white as the older generations.
Yeah, whiter.
Picture the word white intern. Tell me what the word white has to do with intern. If you're a minority who wants to be an intern in the Republican Party, no one's fucking stopping you. But don't you get, young cucks? Why the fuck are you bringing race into this? Fucking useless story.
I mean, because the rhetoric has gotten worse. I mean, when we mentioned Bob Dole, who's here. Bob Dole picked as his running mate Jack Kemp. Jack Kemp was probably because he was a professional football player and had black guys prevented him from being hit hard every time and recognized the value of a team, and some members of those team are black and some are white and they're all teammates.
Yeah, I'm sure Mr. Kemp wasn't saying to himself, oh look, a black guy prevented me from getting hit. No, he was appreciating his teammate who was an individual who prevented him from getting hit. He wasn't focusing on the color of his skin, unlike you cucks.
And so Jack Kemp made a legitimate effort for the Republicans to reach out to minorities. And it failed miserably.
Okay, what does this have to do with the stupid hashtag and the dumb race baiting?
And now we are at a time when, it's not just the policies, Anna, it's the rhetoric. Everybody dark and different is different, not to be accepted. If you dog whistle long enough, if you say you're different and not like us and not part of America, and you say it again and again and again in ways that are becoming increasingly less subtle, but more overt.
Citations needed all fucking over the place. But, again, what does this have to do with the stupid hashtag?
Yeah, here's what's not going to happen. No black guys, no black women are going to say, I'd like to be an intern in Speaker Ryan's office, because they're going to sense this is a hostile place.
Black people will be interns at Speaker Paul Ryan's office if they believe in his policies. That's all you need. The color of the skin does not matter.
Yeah, that's a great point. And also, what's amazing is that it didn't even occur to Ryan that he would get criticism for posting this, right?
Because he should not be getting this amount of criticism from you cunts, because he doesn't look at race the same way as you cunts.
Like, it's the most normal thing in the world because he's so far deep in that bubble that it's like,
Well, it's also-
everyone's, what's
and
the big deal?
Good question. What is the big deal about having white interns and only hiring people based on their qualifications? Great question, in fact.
Let me just finish real quick. I'm so sorry, John, and then I'll shut up. And at a time when the Democratic Party, while tightening its relationship with the Congressional Black Caucus and having a not a permanently tight relationship with them, but while increasing its connection to establishment elected black officials, has unquestionably started, we would disagree on the extent, but we all agree that the Democratic Party has not stood up for working Americans, for poorer Americans, in the way that the Democratic Party of my fathers did. That there was an opportunity, especially for people who'd be interned, for young blacks who aren't as beholden to 59-year-old guys in the Congressional Black Caucus who might think, hey, why am I supposed to just be a Democrat? I get, but they can't help it. There's nowhere else to turn. I mean, they could be independent, but they can't go to an openly racist party. And it's given Democrats a pass to continue a rightward shift and a more corporatist shift because they don't have to work hard to keep an entire segment of the population, because going to the Republicans is so offensive and so incredible that they'll never do it.
Completely unrelated bullcrap. The Democratic Party shift rightward, in your eyes, is because the American people elected Ronald Reagan and there was a shift toward conservative economics. That's the only reason why. But again, it has nothing to do with the stupid hashtag and the dumb race baiting. That's the level of the race baiting from the young cucks all their lives, but very recently also it has gone up. The fact that now they're making videos only related to race when it comes to why Black Lives Matter is important. Stuff like this, that's making them lose their core base. I used to consider myself a avid viewer of the Young Turks. I used to watch their shows pretty regularly. But now I'm done with this BS after they went toward apologizing for Islam and this kind of race baiting. Fuck the young cucks.